morning, children. Hope you people are doing well. Welcome to today's session, children. Today we are going to read Unit 8 A part Jamaican Fragment. Before we start with today's session, let us have a look at the objective. By the end of the session, children will be able to justify the role of human rights in social development. Jamaican Fragment. What do you mean by this, children? Jamaica is an island country in West Indies. The word fragment means a part or a piece. This is a story about a man who, during his regular walk to and from his work, confronts an action of inferiority. Jamaican fragment can be assumed as a real life experience than piece of fiction, as it is written in the first person. Jamaica is situated in the Caribbean Sea. Children, I told you, no, Jamaica is an island. In 1494, Christopher Columbus sights Jamaica. The black people are in majority in Jamaica. Before we start with the lesson, let us know about the author. This lesson, Jamaican Fragment, is written by author Lemuel Hendricks, who was a Jamaican poet, writer, and broadcasting director. He was born in 1922 in Kingston, Jamaica, to a Jamaican father and a French mother. He was particularly well known for his contribution to the Christian Science Monitor, the Daily Gleaner, and BIM. He also contributed as a columnist and literary critic to the Daily Gleaner. He died in 1992 at the age of 69. So children, let us start our lesson now. Jamaican Fragment. It is a very interesting story. So children, listen carefully now. The narrator, A.L. Hendricks, says that he learns something even from a little incident. Every day, he walks a half a mile from his home to tramcar lines in the morning and back to home in the evening. The scenery and the walk were pleasant. On either side of the road, there were bungalows, green lawns, and gardens. One morning, the narrator noticed two little boys playing in the garden. One of them was white and the other was dark. One was of 4 years perhaps and the other 5. The bigger of the two was a sturdy youngster, very dark, with a mat of coarse hair on his head and the coal black eyes. He was definitely a little Jamaican, a strong little Jamaican. The other little fellow was smaller but also sturdy. He was white with hazel eyes and light brown hair. Both were dressed in blue shirts and khaki pants. They wore no shoes and their feet were muddy. In the game, the white boy was walking up and down, shouting at his playmate. The other boy was brown, followed the orders given by the white boy. After seeing this, the author felt very much pained. He was surprised. The white boy ordered and the black boy obeyed him. Seeing this, the author was very much painful. The author thought that the little boy, black boy, was the son of the servant in the home. But both the boys were dressed alike. So what he thought that the black boy, little black boy, was the neighbor's child. Otherwise, how is it possible that he obeyed so faithfully the white boy's order? The little dark boy was of equal class with his playmate. The narrator was worried, and that in his own country the racial discrimination was that much. Should the black accept the inferiority and accept a position as a servant to the white race? For the whole day he was worrying about it. For the whole day, his faith in his people was shaken. When he passed by that afternoon, the little boys were not there. That evening, he thought deeply on the subject and he could not sleep. The next morning, the boys were there again. A man was there watching the boys. The narrator stopped and looked. He was astonished to see a role reversal between the boys. Now it was totally opposite. Today the dark boy was commanding and the white boy was obeying. The narrator understood that it was a game he played as a child. Each boy took it in turn every alternate day to be the boss and the other the slave. The narrator finally understood that what he saw was a part of a game and felt sorry for imputing motives to the acts of the young children. He thought that the man looking at boys did not understand the truth of it, started explaining the whole thing. The man was surprised at the writer's outburst. The man looked at the writer, smiling. He said that he knew all about the game. He added that the boys were brothers and his sons. He pointed to a brown woman and said that she was his wife. The narrator felt bad for having imputed motives to the deeds of the children. When he was informed by the white man that both the boys were his son and their mother was a black woman, the narrator felt proud of his country, Jamaica, where the blacks and the whites live in solidarity and harmony, where discrimination of no kind is practiced, where all people live in self respect, respecting other people's right, where all people enjoy the same rights, where all people are born free and equal in dignity and rights. So, children, I hope you people have enjoyed the story. Now it's time for you to take down the homework. Why did the white man feel surprised at the narrator's outburst? How did the narrator come to the conclusion that grown up are silly? Thank you.